Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for the 3rd of May and the SP 500 on the 4-hour chart here. So from this reference point here of wave 3 and wave 4 here, we've been looking for 5 waves up in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and from wave 4 here we were counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, so for the 5th wave. So it does appear that we've got a top in place here, and at first glance the move down through here appears to be in 5 waves. I have a couple of little issues with all of this. Is that first of all, it's pretty, as I've mentioned before, it's pretty unusual that we're not going to be pulled up to this level within this particular structure here of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that bothers me. The other thing that bothers me here is that wave 2 here, the size of wave 2 compared to the size of wave 4 here. Wave 4 is just too small. So it bothers me. This is like a wave 4 here, and if this was the wave 4 here, then it would just still pull down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which would be in here as well. So at this stage, so the third issue that bothers me with this is that I know it's a long way away, but the Australian market here, it's just because I follow it quite clearly, but from here we've got wave 4 here, and we should be tracking pretty much the same. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the 3rd wave here. So I'm looking at all of this correction here as wave 4 here, and still another move to go up there. But it's pretty unlikely that we would move up through here without the US. So taking this picture from blue wave 4 here and looking at this structure here, then it kind of just makes sense to, if I could just copy that, whoops, not that one, but copy the green one, copying the green one and putting it here, and copying this one here and putting it, on for this wave 4. That's what I feel like doing, but it's I've just gone over this here. Normally I go over it in, the 100 ticks and so on. But I've also gone over it in terms of 20 ticks as well. So this is a 20 tick chart here. So I've gone through and I can account for each particular structure within all of this here, and get to the top here. So we're probably right with the top in place. And the other little thing that bothers me, if I go to I'll just go straight to the tick chart here of 100, is just bring a little bit more data in here so you've got an idea. I'm just shooting the breeze with you here because you probably got your own thoughts as well. We will need to get to a strategy. So the move down at first glance from the top here appears to be in 5 waves. But when I take a real close look at it, I go 1 and 2 and 3, ABC for 4 and down for 5 here for maybe the A wave, and then back for the B wave here, because this counts as one wave in here as wave 1 and 2 to here, and then all of this the 3rd wave here, and ABC for the 4th wave here, and then down for the 5th wave here. So the move down through here can be counted as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here when I really pull it apart. But if it was 5 waves down, which would then be 1 and 2 here, and then this is wave 3 here, but I can't get the 4th wave in here, so it doesn't work for me. So, but still 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. At first glance, that's how everybody would look at it. But pulling it apart, I just see it a little bit differently. So we just need to be a little. I just need to be a little bit more careful, in what you do for the longer term here. If the 2900 became the retested resistance, then we would be going down from that point. But in the meantime, even if this was an A wave and a B wave and a C wave, it could also be counted here too as an A wave down to here as an ABC, and a B wave back to here, and a C wave down to here as well. So, but it's just that there is a space for this to push up here, and being Friday being the if Friday's bullish, then Monday's going to be bullish as well. The other point here is that we do have a little 5-wave structure here. So this is the 50-60% retracement level. So this is where it can come to. So in a nutshell, just this ABC business here and the other issues that I mentioned, if the 61.8% here, say the 2940, becomes the support here, then you'll need to be looking to go long from that point. Okay, so I'll just move that a bit and put that there on the 40. If that 40 becomes support, then you need to be long from that point. We're expecting it to move up anyway. If this is 5 waves down, then we'll get an A and a B and a C wave back up into the wave 4, 1 lesser degree here, or in 2930 in this space here, and then collapse from that point there. So if the market moves up here as an A and a B and a C wave up through to here, then it shouldn't, if it's going to be bullish, then it shouldn't come back down to the 20. It shouldn't find the 2920 as the resistance here. And the reason I'm bringing this level out for, I mean, it can be, I can't draw on this side of the price, unfortunately, but if you can, well, we can put it like this here. Let's just copy this here. So 1 and 2 here. And we're looking for, if it was going to be bullish, it would be wave 3 here. So what I'm saying, wave 4 wouldn't come back below the 20 here. Do you know what I mean? And then there would be wave 5 to the upside here. And then there would be an ABC coming back and testing this again. So it may spike through the 2920, but it shouldn't become the retested resistance. So what I'm saying is that if this market pushes up here in an ABC pattern, as 1, 2, A, B, and C here into this, and then starts to move back down through here and finds the 2920 as the resistance, then you can get your first short trade in here, and then you can look to add under 2910. There'll be another bounce off the 2900, but then it'll move through. But all we could guarantee so far is that if this is 5 waves down here, if it is 5 waves down, then there'll be an A and a B and a C back up here, then another 5 down. So this other 5 waves down here, if this 2920 becomes the retested resistance, then the length of this here would be roughly the same length as the next move down. But when you get to that point, if I can go back to the hourly chart now, if we look at just on the hourly chart here, because we've been counting all this to go up through here, but so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So everybody will be looking at it like that, and that's probably correct. I just like to have I like to gather, the more evidence the better, isn't it? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So then we'd look for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to come back into the 2930 sort of area, just a tad above that, and then come down here again as well. So if this is going to be the case here, because this move here can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave and finish here, right? It would only be more bearish if we got a larger 5 waves down. So this would give us 3 waves down. And if that 2920 becomes the retested resistance, that would be the short trade. It's possible that we could get 5 waves down and have 1, 2, 3 here, 4 here, and then 5 here. If that was the case, right, if that is the case, we get the 5 waves here, then we'd get a 3-wave counter trend here, and then we'd get another 5 waves down. So it's basically step by step. I mean, obviously we're pulling all this out of the hat against the main trend here, but we've followed the Elliott to. I was hoping it was going to go higher here, but it's done what it should have done, I guess, and and now it's displaying this possible 5-wave structure to the downside here. We just need to see. We just go step by step to see how large this can actually go. This. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart here for a moment. So technically, if this is wave 2 here, and we've got wave 3 up here, then we've got the 38.2% retracement level. So this band that's running through here, the lower end of the band is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and above that here is the 38.2% retracement level. So it's possible that it could come back this far. Okay, but we're just kind of going step by step. We're aware of this gap within here. We're aware that this particular structure here, as if it is 5 waves, would go back up and retest here and then come down to here. So would that just give us 3 waves down, and it would be rather a short wave 4 here, or do we get 5 waves down? Do we get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here just for the A wave here? So I'm just shooting the breeze here, and then the B wave over here, and then the C wave here, down here further down where it should be down through here. So it is step by step. The other point here as well, which we could have a look back on the hourly chart as well here, if we get another way to look at the short trade here, as that this move up here would just be the A wave here. If we can get a clear structure here of an A wave and a B wave here and a C wave here, so we've got those 2 lows that we can work off there, then you can look to short that too when this line here becomes the retested resistance. And also with these as well is that, you know, when you get a trend line through here, the market will come down, hit it, bounce back off it, come back through it, then come back up and retest it, and then that there is your trigger. This low is your trigger, same as a level, but it's on an angle. Sometimes you'll get very often, not very often, but you'll get a double retest here. So it'll go 1 and 2 and 3 here, and then come down. So you just got to always be aware of that with stops. So less contracts, wider stop at that stage. So look, there are all the scenarios that I can paste out here. So we know, just to recap, at 29.40, if that becomes the support, then that detail that I pulled through here as an ABC down to here, in line with the Asian markets, is certainly on the cards. Okay, so on the downside, we come back to this level here, the 29.30, may a tad above it, and then fail from there. And if it does give you if it gives you 2 clear lows here, this low's in place, if it can give you a second clear low, well then you can use that line through there to short at that point. And the other point too is that once it's trading up here, the 29.20, once that becomes the retested resistance, then you can feel a bit more at ease in terms of holding short positions. Yeah, so that's that really. Yeah, okay. Let's see what unfolds. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.